Ahoy there, YouTube! What the crap is going on? And here you can see Patchy of the Caribbean, the feared pirate, flying under the flag of Spain. That is his flagship, the Santissima Trinidad. This is another one of the ships in my fleet. This is the Neptuno. It's a 122-gun ship of the line. I'm playing as Spain, as you can see, obviously, since I have the Santissima Trinidad. I have two 80-gun steam ships. Steam ships because, obviously, it's using a steam engine so that it can sail against the wind. They are not bad ships, but they're quite expensive. So, yeah. Got two of those 80-gun steam ships holding up my left flank, and I've got Patchy and his 122-gun escort. The Santissima Trinidad is a 140-gun per flank. I believe it's the largest ship on Napoleon Total War. I have not played a lot of naval battles, and I'll explain why in a moment. Let's take a look at the British fleet. Britain obviously comes pretty strong in the naval department in all of the Total War games, and it should, respectfully so. Let's see what he's got. So he's got the Rose, which is a 74-gun third rate. He's got the Dragons, another 74-gun third rate. The Jamaica, 74-gun third rate. Shannon, 64-gun third rate. He's got a 106-gun first rate, which is his general. And this is the Piggott, or however you say it. He's got the Auroras, another 74-gun, and another 64-gun as the Queen. So I think he's got two 64 guns, four 74 guns, and then his 106-gun. You'll notice the power meter is heavily in his favor, and that's because he has more ships, and probably could easily win this battle if he gets in the right position. So I have really never ever played a Napoleon Total War naval battle online before today, and I played 3 battles against this particular opponent. I will go ahead and fast forward for a little while. I'll just kind of let you watch how things are unfolding. You can see that I'm trying to take the flanks, and then I'm counting on a couple of facts to help me out here, and as soon as I get to that point I'll slow it down, of course, but I'm counting on the fact that these two ships here are so heavy and so powerful that I can hold off several of his over here. And then on this side, I'm counting on the fact that since my steamships can sail against the wind, let me push play because we're now fighting, that I can stay in a good position to keep firing on his ships and try and single them out a little. Now these steamships have a stronger hull than his third rates, and my guys also have more firepower than his third rates. His third rates have just about as many guns, and he has more of them. But I'm planning on using my steamships to stay in a superior firing position. Like I said, you can see that I'm already being able to put a lot of fire on his 74-gun third rate. Let's take a look from a more cinematic view. Napoleon definitely offers some sweet eye candy in the naval battles. It's definitely pretty cool. So I'll try and give you a few of those close-ups. So this is the fight taking place on my left flank. So far this 74-gun third rate is taking a pretty severe pounding. It's lost a lot of its guns on its port side, and he's now going to have to try and turn starboard and start taking more shots at me. But he's now going to be singled out. Let's go take a look at the other side where my Admiral is, Admiral Patchy. So Admiral Patchy's ship is under some pretty heavy attack. Let's take a look at this, get maybe a cinematic view, and I'll talk about what I'm trying to do. So like I said, I'm trying to maybe single out my opponent on both flanks and use that as an opportunity to try and pick off his ships one at a time. Because if I get my ships in a position where he can get a hold of them by numbers, it's going to be bad for me. You can see the damage the Santissima Trinidad can deal out. This 74-gun third rate has taken heavy casualties. It's also being fired on by my 122-gun ship of the line. Let's take another look at the battle between Patchy's ship and the 74-gun third rate. Hopefully you don't mind these naval battles. They are a little bit... Oh, they just went a broadside from Patchy's Santissima. The Patchissima Trinidad, as we'll call it. You can see that old Patchy's ship is taking quite the pounding. But his ship is considerably stronger than these smaller ships, but he is, you know, like I said, he's outnumbered. So some pretty cool views. Let's zoom out one more time. So right out here, I've got a singled out fight with his 64 gun, so that's going to go well for my 122 gun. Out here, my two steamships have wrecked one of his 74 gun ship of the line. I'm going to show you my movement orders. So now I'm going to move in and try and single out the next ship. These steamships are about the same speed, of course, into the wind, or with the wind, But like I said, their advantage lies in their ability to sail against the wind. So you can use them to quickly get in a good firing position, whereas a big ship like this, these heavy first rates will take forever to sail into the wind. So even though they pack a huge whopping firepower, a more nimble ship can put a lot more shots on them. So I went ahead and ignored this ship because it's pretty beat up, and I'm going to try and move Patchy right into the thick of the fight and use the extreme firepower and strength of the Santissima Trinidad to damage many of my opponent's ships. And then I've got the 122 gun ship of the line moving into firing position out here as well. But Patchy's ship is going to take a lot of fire. It's just a good thing that it's very very strong. Here I think we're about to see a broadside war between these two ships. I'll zoom in and give you a little bit of that. Probably gets pretty loud whenever they are duking out the broadsides. Yeah, I'll give you some more of this close-up action. See the guys actually firing their muskets back and forth too. Yep. Fun stuff. I think I missed the best part of it, sorry. Here's my other steamship. I went ahead and moved it on up. I'm just going to start trying to leave some of his ships out here on the flank and move back to help Patchy and this other 122 gun. As they are being approached by the British... Where is the British? Here's the British flagship. This is what I didn't suspect. I was thinking I could quickly run my steamships back, but this British 106 gun first-rate flagship here is going to deal some mortal damage to one of my steamships. Yeah, wasn't the best angle, but you saw what happened there. I'll zoom in on the damage that 106 gun did to me. So there's the damage on my steamship, and I'm getting shot from both sides now by his other 64 gun back there. So this steamship's taking some pretty severe damage. The other one's taking some pretty heavy damage, and I've hardly laid a dent into this British 106 gun. This ship right here just routed due to the amount of fire and damage that it was taking. It's lost 30 guns. This ship here has lost 5 guns, and it's doing a little better, but this ship right here is taking heavy damage. Patchy's ship looks like it's lost quite a few guns, but it's still got a lot left, and it's dealt some heavy damage to all the British ships in this vicinity. You can see how slow my first-rate ships are at sailing into the wind, which was the whole reason why I brought the steamships. My opponent has more ships, and my ships are just 1-for-1 stronger, so that's why I'm trying to get in these one-on-one battles, or just get my ships in a position where they can use their superior firepower to try and knock out his ships piecemeal. And like right here, you can see he left the ship open to attack from behind. So I'm going to hit it from behind with my 122 gun. Alright, so let's watch here. This steamship routed. This one's trying to escape, but it's being fired on by the 106 gun frigate. Or, sorry, ship of the line. Alright, here Patchy's ship is going to lay into the back of this 74 gun third rate, the Jamaica. Yeah, so you can see the Patchissima Trinidad has a lot of firepower. It can just put down an almost, I don't know, it's just pretty brutal the amount of fire that this ship can put down. It is very expensive and very slow though. And here I use my steamship to kind of give the coup de grace. We knock the Jamaica out. So we've now caused the Jamaica to surrender, and we've caused the Aurora to rout. But I have lost my steamship. It just came back into the fight, though. So the San Bernardo just came back into the fight. But you're going to see here it takes a nice shot from this 64 gun. So it's already taking damage, and I'm pretty sure this ship is listing. It is. You can see that the San Bernardo is listing and is eventually going to sink because of the hull damage that it's taken. And there it goes. So the brave souls of the San Bernardo must abandon ship and take their fate into the waters of the Mediterranean, where they are sure to be eaten by sharks and die a terrible fate. And that's simply because they fought for Patchy. Look at these poor souls. Are they... What the devil's going on? Are they fighting each other? I don't know what was going on there. That's kind of weird. Looked like some questionable activities. Alright, so let's take a look at the Patchissima Trinidad. She's coming into a bad position here. She's getting hammered from behind and from both sides. My own ship just hammered the Santissima Trinidad trying to hit this ship. So Patchy's ship just took a brutal pounding, and it gets caught in between these two ships, and it's just going to really take some serious heat at this point. And I'll let you watch what's going on. The British Admiral ship is now boarding Patchy's ship, and the Santissima Trinidad is just absolutely getting waylaid from every direction, and it's not going to last much longer. That was a bad move on my part. I allowed my opponent to get good position on me there, and he did an excellent job of absolutely destroying my most expensive and powerful ship. And there you can see the Piggott is just absolutely shredding the Santissima Trinidad. It is now on fire, but this actually is going to play into my strategy a little. I didn't plan to lose the Santissima Trinidad, but now that it's on fire, I'm hoping that it will explode and destroy the surrounding British ships. Because the Piggott is so close, if it doesn't move soon, the Santissima Trinidad is likely to explode and also catch it on fire. So that's what I'm hoping for. Now I'm still outnumbered, but my opponent isn't quickly bringing his ships back into the fight when they come back from routing. I'm down to the San Salvador, which is my other 80-gun steamship, and the Neptuno. And I'm going to use the San Salvador to hit the Piggott from behind here, and hopefully cause some routing, because sometimes when you shoot one of the ships in the rear, it will rout. And you can see that he's continuing to lay into the Santissima Trinidad, or his ship is auto-firing into it, which is good. Like I said, if he hits the powder magazine, or that fire gets to the powder magazine, it's going to explode and cause some pretty severe damage to the Piggott. Now, I'm not going to tell you if I win these battles. I want you to kind of have the suspense. I know a lot of you probably assume that I win, but I don't always win. And just keep in mind, these are my first naval battles on Napoleon, so I'm not really sure how this is going to turn out. It was some of the first battles for my opponent, too. I want to keep zoomed in up in this region, because this is where the fighting's taken on. Check out the Santissima Trinidad. She's definitely burning. You can see the San Salvador laying down another salvo across the decks of the Piggott, which is caught in between one of its own ships and the Santissima. And right now, I'm continuing to try and move my ships into position, and I'm just praying that, now Patchy's dead, but I'm just sitting here praying that he gave the orders to one of his souls. Since he commands all of his troops to die, I'm praying that he gave the order to one of his men to go light the powder magazine and do the brave thing and help take out these British ships. So that's what I'm praying. We'll see if it happens. I'm definitely like, I remember talking out loud during the battle to myself. I'm like, please explode, Patchy. I'm like, commit suicide already. So yeah, I'm definitely wanting him to explode and help me take out the British ships in this vicinity. So the Rose is there. The Piggott is still alongside the Santissima. I'm not sure why my opponent hasn't moved. He really should have, because the Santissima is blocking his shots to some of my ships. I just laid a pretty pounding volley. Now look, the Santissima caught fire, and boom, she explodes right next to the Piggott, just like I wanted. And now the Piggott is concerned because it's on fire. So Patchy did indeed give the suicide orders to his men. So now the British flagship is on fire, and it's still under fire from my remaining ships. So whenever you do manage to sink an enemy ship, you need to move your ships away from it in case it explodes. You got to be careful if an enemy ship explodes close to yours. Now check out the sweet effects. This is going to be kind of a long video because I have several naval battles. I've played 3 battles. It was my first 3 naval battles, and I want to show them to you. I will fast forward a little bit. Well, no, I don't want to fast forward because this battle's still up in the air. I've got 2 ships. He's got 3 right there and a 4th out here that he hasn't brought back. So I do want you to kind of see what happens here. I can still very much lose this, or my opponent can still very much lose it. Now this shows you the hull damage here on your ships, those little indicators. Those are kind of messed up for some reason. But yeah, when it goes from green to orange to red, of course, the red is the worst. Now, like I said, the Piggott is on fire, and it's wavering because it's being hammered. And whenever a ship is on fire, of course, it's concerning because the last place you would want to be is on a wooden ship that's on fire. You can see one of my ships in the background, my men abandoning, jumping into the water as it's listing and sinking. I definitely love the effects of these naval battles. Naval battles are a little slow, but they're fun. They were cool on Empire Total War also. It's just the effects are so much better on Napoleon. that it kind of made the naval battles a little more interesting. And I don't know, I like the naval battles. Let me explain a couple other things too real quick. So I don't know much about naval battles. I'm gonna explain some more of my tactics as we go through the next couple of battles. But I picked medium funds, and the reason I did that is because I realized a lot of the factions just don't have some of the most powerful ships, which is understandable because navies were definitely not, you know, very equal in strength back in this day. The British Navy was pretty much the force to be reckoned with out to sea. And in any case, I picked a medium funds battle. That way, if my opponent wanted to bring a bunch of heavy ships, he would be limited in the number he could bring. And was actually funny because I'm the one that brought the few heavy ships. My opponent brought many lighter ships. And you can kind of see how the two strategies play against each other. But I wanted to play several battles, and I intend to bring different kinds of ships and use a different faction each time to kind of make this more interesting. So hopefully you'll like that. I just lost the San Salvador. She routed. But there's only 3 British ships left. I've got a 122 gun. He's got the heavily damaged 106 gun first rate. Of course, my ship's pretty heavily damaged too. But right there, I just routed the Piggott. She finally routes. She put up a very brave fight, but now you can see her men jumping overboard and trusting their lives to the sea. I'm sure that they will be going to visit Davy Jones, just like Patchy did earlier, because Patchy died also. Let's call this battle Patchy met Horatio Nelson. And they killed each other. So Patchy and his suicide attempt too, which was great. So you can just see a wounded Patchy like crawling below decks and like using himself as a human torch to blow up the powder magazine. So there's the kills my ships got. Fun battle. Good game to my opponent. My opponent is the same in all 3 of these matches, so let's move on to the next one and I'll show you what I got. Ahoy hoy again, YouTube. And here you are seeing Admiral Patchy, who is in charge of a French fleet this time. His flagship is the Glorio, or the Glorio Patchy. Glorio Le Patchy. You want some more of my terrible made-up French? Because it is terrible. It is a 122 gun ship of the line. And Patchy has accepted a personal duel challenge from the Swedish forces, who, I'm trying to remember this guy's name, is like Boss something or other. Anyway, here is the Swedish Admiral on the back of his flagship, which is an 64 gun ship of the line. Interesting choice. Probably should have put his Admiral on an 80 gun ship of the line. So he's playing as Sweden, I'm playing as France. I probably already mentioned that. So let's take a look at the rest of my fleet. I had Patchy on fire at will, but I turned him off because I realized we were doing our little duel, which was kind of mean to me because I actually destroyed one of his front cannons. But oh well. Patchy was already pretty much destined to win a fight when he's on a 122 gun ship of the line with 347 men versus a 64 gun ship of the line with only 181 crew. Let's take a look from the Swedish Admiral's point of view as he stares down his fate with the mighty Patchy of the Caribbean, that Austrian admiral who came out of obscurity into naval power here as soon as the British ship, or the, look, that's kind of fitting. There's the Swedish command. I didn't realize my fire at will was on still. I turned it off here in a moment. But yeah, my opponent wanted us to go head-to-head in a boarding fight. So yeah, I don't hit him with a broadside, though. I've got 3 74 gun ship of the line taking out my left flank. And in the center, I have an interesting choice of ships. I've got the Clorinde, which is a carronade frigate. Not really a great ship. It says that it has really good short-range firepower. But, I mean, it is a small, cheap ship. It's not bad for being as cheap as it is, but it doesn't have very long range, so something to be aware of. I just fired my bomb catch shots, and there you can see the bomb catch shots exploding just shy of their target, so they won't do any damage. The bomb catch is a very weak ship, very easy to destroy, but it has extremely long range, and it can destroy a lot of guns on your ships if you don't get in and kill it quickly. So the cool thing about a bomb catch, from the way I've used it on campaign, now remember this is only my 2nd naval battle ever online, so on the campaign I've used it to force enemy ships into range, at which point I will pound them with some of my own ships. That's why I've got these guys on the flank. I'm going to try and force them in towards my center and then surround them. Let's take a look how these bomb catch shots do. Both of them hit, cause fairly, well, I said they cause minimal damage, but it says this ship is on fire. So that's another problem with the bomb catch. You got to be careful, as it can cause a lot of panic in your fleet. Let's go check out how Patchy's little crusade is going over here. So my ship is the one that actually boarded his. I don't know if it's good, kind of like it is in Shogun 2. But let's take a look. Usually in Shogun 2, when your ship boards theirs, it gives a little bit of a morale effect. But my ship has just so many more men that it's going to be pretty crazy. But you can see we did turn off our fire. Well, I very much did consider being a jerk and just like grape-shotting the crap out of his crew right here. Which I probably should have, but since there's no blood effects, it wouldn't really be fun. If there's blood effects, there'd just be like body parts and a spray of blood everywhere. So apparently my crew is about to repel the borders of the Swedish general. Let's see if we can get another view of this. So you can see my men jumping over. They get some serious air because back in this day, Nike was fielding a special, well, they didn't have shoes, as you can see, so Nike was fielding a special vest and hat. It was called the Admiral Patchy, and you know it helped your men jump quicker. And these guys over here pulling like a Bear Grylls move off of like Man vs. Wild, going down the rope. It's kind of funny how they're just like crawling through the woodwork here. Because apparently Patchy's feeding these guys like uranium rods or something that he found in the New World. But yeah, there goes the Swedish Admiral. He's dead. And you can see actually a couple of the Swedish guys got onto my boat, I think. So anyway, that fight is going to go in my favor, just as I expected. But the battle's a long way from over. We'll see how things go. I moved my 80 gun ship of the line up, which is kind of stupid. I just ended up getting it shot up and I lost 8 guns on it. But I am causing some pretty severe damage with my bomb catch to some of his boats. Right there, this one I just scored a direct hit. You can see men flying overboard. So that was a direct hit with the bomb catch. I destroyed lots of his guns. You can see he's down to 50 out of 78 guns, and I've killed almost 50 of his crew. So the bomb catch is not super accurate. It fires slowly, but a direct hit will cause some massive damage. It's basically just a howitzer mounted on the ship. And my rules were only one bomb catch or rocket ship, because I know that like several of them can cause, you know, like some severe trouble. My opponent chose not to bring them, which is, I mean, you can do that. It's just that if he chose not to bring them, he should probably be attacking my fleet a little more proactively. And his little one-on-one challenge here with the Admiral thing was fun. I enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of a neat idea, and like I just wanted to have fun with it because my opponent was being a really good sport. Check this out. Right here, I let my bomb catch get fired on by his ship, and somehow I got really lucky. Only lost 1 man and didn't lose any guns, so I'm going to quickly retreat before his 74-gun ship of the line takes another shot. And then there, I shot some cannonballs back, which does no damage. I think all of them miss. I might have scored like a cheap little hit there, but the bomb catch, it won't really do any damage with its cannons, just mainly its howitzer. These carronade frigates are kind of cool looking though. And it's kind of fun to like use something besides like heavy first rates all the time. So when you do a large funds battle, it's like the battle of the heavy first rates, which obviously the major factions will win. And so that's another reason why I did this medium funds. I don't know strategy super well on Napoleon naval battles though, so I mean it's very possible that someone's like, oh, you're a moron, you know, such and such strategy would kill you every time. That very well could be. Like I said, this is some of my first battles and some of my opponent's first battles. Anyway, there's the layout of what's going on. So Patchy has killed the Swedish general in the ship-to-ship duel, and now he's headed back in to support the rest of my ships. There he is, right here, all decked out, looking stoically over the rails at the tattered remnants of the Swedish ship. I guess he allowed some of these men to live. It was Patchy's mercy on them. They can consider themselves lucky. The rest of these guys were not so lucky. I love the graphics on this. Let's fast forward a little bit and get into some more of the action. My bomb catch is going to sit back and start pounding that little cluster of enemy ships. And then let's go ahead and show you, I'm going to move up on the flank here. Again, my opponent has allowed me to single out one of his ships. I don't have any steam ships this time, but you'll notice from the wind, which is direction right here, his ship is going to have to try and sail into the wind for shots, whereas mine have the wind advantage here, and they can kind of sail around and hopefully get more volleys. He does get a good volley off on this ship over here, but the problem is he's facing 2 ships close range over here, so he really should have concentrated his volley on these 2 ships. So these 2 ships here are both 74-gun ship of the line. This is the Minotaur, however the French pronounce it, which I couldn't do right even if I knew, and the Alcide, however, Alcide. I'm not really sure what it is. He got a good broadside off right there though, but it didn't cause a whole lot of damage. Somehow, like I didn't lose any guns or men. His ship just caught on fire, which is gonna be a definite bad thing. And by catching on fire and getting hit with all those shots, this ship is going to rout. I definitely can't pronounce these Swedish names. I'm not sure if I introduced you to the entire Swedish fleet. His Admiral was the 64 gun. This was a 74 gun. He's got another 74 gun, another 74 gun, 80 gun, and a 74 gun, and another 74 gun there. So yeah, I've got a couple of smaller ships and a couple of larger ships. So my opponent has like a more balanced like spread. Like he's got his entire fleet is kind of, you know, kind of semi-heavy ships. About as heavy as the Swedish ships get in this game because they don't really give them a whole lot else. And then I've got one really heavy ship, a couple of lighter ships, and then kind of some medium ships holding down the flank over here. So I do have more numbers in this battle than I did in the first one, but are not so much like the first battle where I had 4 extremely powerful ships versus his larger number of kind of powerful ships. You can see Patchy's ships just took some sail damage here. I don't know what the names of these things are. I don't know if it's called a jib sail or whatever it is. I'm not familiar with these older boats, but anyway, I thought he just lost that sail. Maybe he just took it up. But you can fire chain shot and grape shot and stuff like that. Obviously, the chain shot's for demasting. I did some demasting in Empire Total War naval battles, but I haven't tried it on Napoleon. Man, that is some sweet effects. That just looks freaking awesome. Yeah, so that's mainly why I'm showing you these naval battles. I just wanted to talk a little bit about naval strategy as I've discovered in my very short few naval battles. I've only played 3. I won the first one. This one's so far going in my favor, and unless I do something wrong, it's my battle to lose right here. I moved in this carronade frigate to help open fire and give Patchy a little support here so that he won't be too outgunned. He has taken some pretty heavy damage to one of his gun batteries. Check it out, his own boat just trashed his own ship right there. So you got to watch out where your ships are at, and especially if you're firing manually. The computer will kind of try to avoid that, but if you're firing manually, you got to watch out. Let's see. This ship is on fire. This ship is concerned because of the casualties they're taking. This ship is surrendered. It's not on fire, but this one's on fire right here. My bomb catch is still firing. I just hit one of these ships. It may have been the one that just routed. I can't remember. But I was firing my bomb catch the whole time. Check out this ship right here. Patchy from the Glorio mercilessly opens fire on this routed ship that's already on fire and smoking. Then my other ship laid into it heavily. So yeah. Just that was pretty merciless, I have to admit. And I've got my carronade frigate chasing this routing ship and also trying to put some extra fire down on this this 74 gun ship of the line. So right now I have my opponent outnumbered because he's lost so many ships. I have him surrounded over here. Let me give you kind of a zoom in on what's going on here. You can see my broadsides coming in and taking out these ships. Those 2 ships right here in the center, the Swedish ones. This is one of my boats here.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
You can see them taking some pretty severe damage. They're now routing. All the Swedish ships are routing, I think, at this point. Yep. So that battle was a little more clearly won by me. I don't believe I lost any vessels in that one. Good game to my opponent. My tactics there was kind of to use the bomb catch to gain kind of an early advantage. He probably shouldn't have one-on-one Patchy. I mean, it's never a good idea to one-on-one Patchy. I'm just kidding. But yeah, anyway, hope you understood my tactics there. It was kind of surround and isolate. It's kind of been the same in both battles. Then again, like I said, I'm kind of new to this. So if someone knows better tactics, you can always say it down in the comments and I'll check it out. Alright, welcome to match 3 of 3 between myself and Boss Kill. We played all of these in a row. So Patchy is now going to command one of the fleets of a minor nation. He's commanded 2 of the other fleets. Let's see if we can find him. I think he's one of these guys standing over here. Let's go check him out. See what he looks like. I am playing as Denmark. And my opponent's playing as Sweden again. There's Patchy and his Denmark uniform. Oh, my bad. Let's zoom in right there, maybe. You push N to do these, by the way. Somebody asked me. There he goes. So Patchy's in command of the, yeah, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. My French is bad. You ought to see me trying any of these northern languages. So I don't even know what language it is. It's pretty bad. Denmark. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Could be. Yeah, I'm not even going to take a guess because you're all just going to laugh at me. So in any case, I'm playing as Denmark. That's an 80 gun ship of the line. I got another 80 gun supporting Patchy. I have another little bomb catch set up here in the center, except this time I have smaller ships protecting. I've got a 38 gun frigate and 2 carronade frigates. Again, the carronade frigates are supposedly like pretty high firepower for as cheap as the ship is. I don't remember the exact stats on it, but I just brought them because they don't cost that much and they seem to have like a decent little bang for their buck, but they're not going to be super strong. So my center is weak, my flanks are strong. It's kind of a Hannibal type tactic actually. Don't know if it works in naval battles, we'll see. So I've got my weak little center here, and I've got 3 74 gun ship of the lines taking out the flank over here. I love these cool looking names. I wish I could pronounce them, but I know I can't. Definitely looks, I mean, it looks Dutch. I don't know if it is Dutch, but it kind of looks Dutch or something to me. Then again, like I don't know the difference between a lot of the northern languages like Norwegian and Swedish and all that stuff. So, but I mean, I wish I did. Maybe I should study more about European culture. But we don't meet a whole lot of northern European people in southern United States. I've only got to do it a few times, and it's been fun. So let's see. Let's look at the Swedish ships here. He has got an 80 gun ship of the line and a 74 gun ship of the line holding out his left flank, and it looks like he wants to challenge me out there. He's got another 74 gun ship of the line, another 74 gun, 64 gun, 74 gun, and a 74 gun. So he's got a pretty well balanced navy. I have just as many ships as he does, but I have a few heavier ships than he does, but I have these lighter ships in the center. So my flanks are strong, my center's weak. Once again, just to kind of give you an idea. And I'm going to use my bomb catch in much the same manner to try and bash up his ships a little and then engage him from the flanks from a superior position in the wind, just like I did last time. So I'm moving these three 74 gun ship of the lines out there. He's not challenging me for that position. He should definitely be. It starts you with the wind running basically perpendicular in between you, so that neither one of you really has a wind advantage. You kind of have to maneuver to get the wind advantage. And in naval battles, that was obviously very important. I'm not very well studied on a lot of naval battles, either from ancient times or modern times. So I'm not real super familiar with naval strategy. But you can see I am going to go out here and pick the fight on his left flank, my right flank. So Patchy and my other 80 gun ship of the line are going to engage his 80 gun and 74 gun. I do absolutely love the effects on Napoleon Total War. They're also very, very good on Shogun 2 Total War. So there you can see the Swedish ship actually gets the first shots. I'm going to give him that just because I think that I'm going to end up in better position with the wind. So I'm going to sail my 2 80 guns. And then the thing that my opponent's probably not expecting is for me to peel off one of these ships here in the center, which I'm about to do. So I'm going to peel off this 38 gun frigate and bring it down here to tilt this fight into my favor. So I knew my opponent would probably get the first shot, but you'll see that my ships are going to be in a better position with the wind because I'll be able to sail around with the wind. He's going to have to turn into the wind. So that's going to be my strategy. We'll see how it works. I've won 2 battles with similar strategy, and we'll see if I'm able to pull it off again. I'll zoom in closer here, get you a little visual effects. So you can see that our ships are now exchanging fire. I could be manually targeting broadsides, which can be very effective. I didn't really try it in these battles because I wanted to focus more on my ship movement than on trying to aim a broadside. Now, once I got better at a naval battle, I would obviously try and land some broadsides. So I let the computer do the firing and I did the maneuvering. But I'm sure that a skilled player can do both. And here you see that I did indeed peel off that 38 gun frigate, and it is it's making sail. And I'm going to position, I'll click my movement orders. I'm going to position this ship out and around the flank, this one out and around the flank, and then this ship right here, which is Patchy, he's going to hold the center. So I'm going to have Patchy hold the center and lay down fire in order for these 2 ships to move to the flanks. So right now I'm definitely taking control of his left flank. Let's go take a look at his right flank. He's once again singled off one ship. Now the least he could have done was, while he singled off this one ship, if I were him, I would have used the wind here to quickly sail reinforcements to this fight and sail a couple of ships here to destroy my center. And this one ship maybe could have sacrificed to hold off these 3 in order to try and win these. So sometimes a sacrificial tactic is okay, but he's kind of sacrificing the 74 gun without giving it any good reinforcements. So right now, I'm definitely having the superior movement to my opponent. and I'm using kind of a crescent formation overall. Here comes some bomb catch shots. You can see it blew a whole bunch of his crew out here into the water, killed them. This ship just took some pretty... This ship has taken massive losses to my bomb catch. Now, I actually used my last few remaining... or my last little bit of remaining money to put 2 chevrons on my bomb catch, so it's actually extremely accurate. So my bomb catch is a ship to be feared in this battle. And he should have made a move on it quickly, and he probably could have sunk it, because these carronade frigates are not enough defense to really keep him away from it. Let's take a look out here at the flank in which Patchy's fighting. They're beating the snot out of these 274 gun ship of the line, and now they're completely surrounded. You can see my 38 gun frigate came over here and was able to lay down fire. We've routed one of the 80 gun Swedish frigates, and the 74 gun frigate's getting hammered. It's now got 3 ships to 1. Here's my little 38 gun frigate laying down some fire. And just took some pretty severe fire there too, lost a bunch of guns on that side. He was trying to repair his ship here, which you can do some kind of little minor repairs, try and keep your ship in the fight. But his ship is indeed getting hammered, and it's surrounded. I left my bomb catch back to fire. I'm going to move these carronade frigates in, and I'm going to pull a surrounding maneuver. So you can now see me sailing my my 74 gun ships out around. My bomb catch caught this ship on fire. So one of his 74 gun ships is on fire, and it's badly damaged by the bomb catch. So my bomb catch is making some pretty severe, painful shots on these enemy ships. And he should really be trying to take it out. Here comes another salvo from my bomb catch. So with the right upgrades, a rocket ship and a bomb catch can be devastating. That shots, they didn't explode. It did catch a ship on fire, but it didn't explode. But when your ship is on fire, it makes your morale very bad. So I did rout the 2 Swedish ships over here, but one of them came back from routing. It was actually kind of funny. You heard one of my ships withdrawing. This ship came back from routing and hammered my 38 gun frigate from behind. So it surrendered. But then my other ships quickly rerouted it. So I did win that flank, and Patchy and his sister ship are moving back into the main fight. You can see, though, that I'm completing the surrounding maneuver. This red line means my bomb catch is targeted here. Here comes those shots. This ship is now pretty badly on fire. There's ships around it that have already surrendered, so my opponent's morale is going to start to falter at this point. But yeah, there's my surrounding maneuver again. So I've got the carronade frigates here to come in and box him in. Patchy is quickly sailing as quickly as he can, but he is going into the wind. And Patchy's going to come try and complete the surrounding maneuver. So I'm going to try and surround the Swedish fleet. So I guess I am using pretty Hannibalic tactics here. I used kind of a crescent formation, weak center, strong flanks. Kind of singled out the flanks and beat them there. And then moved in for the surrounding kill on his bunched up men in the center. I'll just let you see the movement orders and see some of the fighting going on here. Let's see if any of the Swedish ships are... Yeah, this one's still on fire pretty bad. My 80 gun ships are causing a lot of damage. And then I've got my carronade frigates over here laying down a little bit of fire. My bomb catch just hit this ship right here. Pretty painful shot there. They just lost quite a few crew. It's on fire now. So my bomb catch is, like I said, very much influencing this battle. Let's zoom in up here and maybe see if we can spot a little bit of action. Or at least just get some cool views. Let's see, that was kind of cool. There we go. Let's see. Hitting this Swedish ship from behind, which caused it to rout. So my carronade frigate did hit that one from behind and caused it to rout. It had already been damaged by the bomb catch. So now these Swedish ships are like horribly surrounded and in big trouble. Big trouble. Bomb catch just landed another hit there, so this ship's on fire again. This Swedish ship is very much on fire now. And it's probably going to explode. It's only a matter of time before that fire probably gets to the powder magazine. You can see her crew in the water here flailing their limbs for their life. These guys are sure to be shark bait. Poor souls. Wow. This ship is just like totally fried. She's gonna blow, I think. Woo! Spectacular. I absolutely love the effects on the naval battles, which is why I'm showing you this. That was amazing. Yeah, so you can see the Swedish ships now are all in extreme trouble. Some of his ships did come back from routing out on the edges, but they're going to be easily singled out and destroyed. I'll let you see me finishing off his ships in the center. This one's on fire, probably from the bomb catch. This carronade frigate was laying down fire on it as well. And then I've got 80 gun ship of the lines behind it. This one just routed. See some cool fighting going on here. Let's watch this ship. Looks like he's trying to repair it. Wow. Just took some pretty severe hits from the from his oh, what would it be? His aft port quarter there. That must have been his admiral. Yeah, it was. So his admiral just died in that attack. His admiral's ship is on fire and his men are abandoning. So there's the Swedish crew abandoning ship. More poor souls going to Patchy Jones' locker. And now I'm just going to chase down the straggling Swedish strips. Hope you enjoyed this these naval battles. The first one was definitely pretty close. These last two fell more to my favor. Good game to my opponent. He was a good sport. Hopefully you learned a little bit about the tactics I use there. Now, does that mean my tactics are the best? I certainly do not know. I doubt it. I know in Empire Total War a lot of people were good at like picking ships with certain longer range, and they would demast larger ships from range and then take them out. This Swedish ship's about to blow. So there goes another Swedish ship. So in any case, yeah, I can't tell you all the little things. If you're interested in some more naval battles, I might play some. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Some of you might be wondering, Air, why have you been playing so much Napoleon? It's just kind of a retro kickback. I absolutely love Shogun 2 Total War. I just wanted to play this tonight, and I'll still bring you some Shogun 2 videos, and yes, I'll bring you Rise of the Samurai videos. Some of you all have been pestering me, and I haven't really given you an answer. No particular reason for that. I guess I was just trying to keep the suspense building. Yeah, I will bring you some Fall of the Samurai footage. I don't know exactly what yet, but when it comes out, I'll take a look at it. I'll get you some footage. I am going to be busy, so I'm not sure exactly, if I'm going to catch it like right on the first day or anything. But I will try and get you some footage. Let's fast forward to the results screen. I want to check out the kills on my bomb catch and see how it did.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Alrighty. I'll try and put out some videos a little more often this week, if I have time. So this will be the first, hopefully, of a few. You all went 2 weeks in between your last video, so you deserve some. I did lose one ship. Oh, that's cool. He lost 6, though. Wow. And indeed, I believe that was my bomb catch. Yeah, it was. That was my bomb catch with 187 kills for only 5 men lost. That's pretty brutal. Hope you enjoyed these battles, YouTube. It was fun filming them. I'll try, like I said, to keep some Total War footage coming your way. And let's be excited, I guess, for some Fall of the Samurai. My opinion on it, I don't really know. CA definitely caught me off guard with Shogun 2. I didn't expect it to be a great game. It was a great game. So we'll see. Anyway, very much like the Napoleon naval battles, hope you enjoyed those as well.